Ever hear yourself saying, there's not enough time? And ever wonder how other people seem to achieve more in the same 24 hours? Well, we all have the same 24 hours, whether you're Elon Musk, Mel Robbins, the lady who owns the local dog walking business, or that guy driving the bus. But it's what we do with those 24 hours that can alter the course of our lives. And I'm guessing you're here because you want more out of life. Am I right? Well, today I'm going to share with you the 5 time management tips that I use to get the most out of the day. And I picked these up from highly successful people like Brendon Burchard and James Clear, and they've been game changers. Stay tuned for the inside info. I'm Edward Terry, and I'm your personal success coach, and I'm on a mission to provide you with the tools and techniques to help you step into the life of your dreams. If you're new here, say hello in the comments, and if you've been here before, remember to subscribe so you don't miss any of these weekly life insights. So let's get straight into it. Now, what is the value of time? Now, I picked this up reading Stoic philosophy from Ryan Holiday's excellent book, The Daily Stoic. Now, the essence of it is that you should value time more than money and possessions. You can earn more money, you can get more land, and you can get more opportunities. But what you can't get is this moment back. Seneca says that time that passes belongs to death. So you don't think of death as something in the future, you think of death as something that is happening now. And everything you do, even watching this video, you are choosing to purchase with your life. This really reframes your perspective of choice, what you choose to do with your time, because in reality, you are in control of your time. So if you choose to binge watch Ragnarok on Netflix, you can't say you don't have enough time to work out, because you decided that you were going to Netflix binge and it was more important than getting that workout in. I know you probably have a boss and there are a million things that life wants you to do, but these are all choices. You choose where to work, and so you choose to do what the company asks of you. And that's okay. However, when it comes to life, you still get to choose what you do. Another way to look at it is this. There are 2 types of life. There is a lifetime and dead time. And which one are you going to choose? Are you going to live in this moment, or are you going to kill time and let that time die? Now, a great person always chooses a lifetime. They know that life is short, so they live every moment, and they use every moment put before them because they know that once it's gone forever. The second tip is the one thing. Amidst all the things you have to do each day, before you get started, pick one thing that's important to you and that will help you move forward in your life. Now, it could be anything, it's your life, but just pick one thing and get it done first. Once the most important thing is done and complete, you will actually feel good and you will have moved your life forward. Now, I hear you asking, only one thing? Well, yes, we need to keep it simple. Now, too often we convince ourselves that massive success requires massive action, whether it's losing weight, building a business, writing a book, winning a championship, or achieving any other goal. We actually put pressure on ourselves to make some earth-shattering improvement that everyone will talk about all in one go. But by improving 1% each day, it can be far more meaningful, especially in the long run. Even if it doesn't look like anything at the time, the difference a tiny improvement can make over time is actually astounding. Here's how the math works. Now, if you can get 1% better each day for 1 year, you'll end up 37 times better by the time you're done. Now, conversely, you get 1% worse each day for 1 year, you'll decline nearly down to 0. What starts as a small win or a minor setback accumulates into something much more perpetuated. That 1% is your one thing, and that is the power of small change. Now, later on, I'll tell you about my one thing, so stay tuned. And remember, if you're enjoying this video, give it a thumbs up, as it helps spread to other people on YouTube who might just need to see it. Now, the third one is the power of no. Saying no to everything that doesn't support your goals. This is tough, as we're all brought up to be supportive and not come across as rude. But if you want to get anywhere with your own goals, you'll have to say no to taking on other people's stuff. A yes to their things is a no to one of yours. Now, Rich Litvin, a thought leader in the coaching world, talks about the principle that it's either a hell yes or a no. And while he talks about this in terms of engaging clients in your coaching business, the same rule applies to anything that comes across our radar, whether that's an invitation from friends, a request to help out, an opportunity that we're told would be absolutely amazing for us. Well, you get the idea. It can be really hard to look someone in the eyes, especially when it's a friend, and say, no thanks, I don't want it, or more harshly, I don't like it. But we can politely decline with something like, thanks for the invitation, but I'm already booked up on Saturday with something I've had arranged for a long time now. I'd really like to do the thing with you, but I just can't make it. You understand. In my teenage years, I experienced the literal effects of not saying no. During my Bronze Duke of Edinburgh award, my teammates claimed their packs were too heavy. And since mine looked lighter, could I carry a few of their tins, their stoves, etc. on the hike that we were on? Now each one didn't seem like much and I was happy to please, but the end result was my pack was 20 kilograms heavier than everybody else's and way over what it should have been. Now our mentors on the hike noticed this when I staggered back into the camp after the hike, and they disciplined the others on the team and lightened my load. But I learned in a very physical way that taking on other people's tasks is a sure way to weigh your own progress down, and that is the lesson of the power of no. So, what's the one thing you should say no to this week? Or let me ask another way. What 3 things could you give up that would give you more time, more energy, and peace? Now comment below and hold yourself accountable to moving your life in the direction that you want it to go. Now the 4th tool I use is blocking and batching. A time block is simply a segment of time blocked out on your calendar. Some people like to block time for every single activity they have to do during the day, right down to 15-minute blocks. And there is a power in using your calendar to plan your to-dos, because you have the finite time in which to plan things to get them done. People like Bill Gates are known for working like this. But my style is a bit more fluid because I like to work with a large time block to accommodate a group of tasks which are similar in nature, and this is what I call batching. The benefit of using a themed time block is that you can set aside a window to do one type of activity. Now it could be content production in the broad sense, or writing, or messages, or whatever works for you and your activity themes. By batching tasks together in themes, we keep the same focus in the brain, and we don't need to lose momentum by switching between different themes and activities. Jumping from an email to a Zoom call, to a blog post, to a design task, to some accounting, then back to email, then onto another Zoom call, then, well, you get the idea. The constant theme switching downgrades performance, and it's better to group activities by theme. You'll actually achieve more in less time. Plus, you'll feel less strained at the end of the day. And according to psychologist Gerald Weinberg, each extra task or context you switch eats up 20 to 80% of your overall productivity. Now, if you're blocking time for longer than an hour for a theme, remember to have mini breaks during that time. For example, once every hour, because the brain is not really suited to marathons of work, but prefers sprints. And that's where things like the Pomodoro technique come from. Now, it's easy to think we can power through, but the later work is of much lower quality. Now, many entrepreneurs divide their week into 3 types of day: focus days, buffer days, and free days. Focus days are when you work on the activities that drive you or your business forward. Buffer days are for admin and routine activities, and free days are time off to reset and recharge. How you divide your days or weeks is entirely up to you. Remember, it's your time, and it may be dictated by outside circumstances, but find a pattern that works for you. Now the 5th tool, the final one, is to own the morning. Most high achievers don't get up and dive straight into their work. They use the first hour of the day to strengthen the mind through learning and the body through exercise before doing anything else. Exercise has been scientifically proven to improve mental health, and it's something I mentioned in my video on burnout, which you can watch here. Owning your morning may not be practical for you right now, but if you can do this, you will find your day and your results will improve significantly. Even if you can only manage 15 to 30 minutes of me time before you get into your day, the course of your life will shift over time. The days I start with the planning, focus time, and exercise are the days that I get more done and feel more fulfilled at the end. Now, if there was one thing that helped change the course of my life, then this would be it: own the morning. So what's the one thing you took away from this video today? Comment on that below and let me know. Remember to click the like button, then subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. And comment below to let me know where you're tuning in from or what you'd like to hear me talk about next, because I want to make the content that you want to see, because I'm dedicated to producing weekly videos on mindset, meditation and motivation to help you live your light. So until next time, my friend, peace.